I am painting over an older encaustic piece that didn't work for me, and I'm covering it all with the cold wax and white paint. I'm using one of my favorite tools, a credit card, adding some bright cadmium reds in there, building up with a palette knife, and keep making more forms and shapes and taking these colors on the top and the bottom. Here I'm adding India ink and now a alizarin crimson RNF paint stick over that. I like using India ink. It makes a nice surface. It is a resist with over the cold wax. And of course, the paint stick, the RNF paint sticks, have wax in them, and they work so well with the cold wax or encaustic also. And here comes the credit card again, and the India ink is still wet, and so I'm blending it together just a bit, softening the edges and getting that resist with the ink. Here's liquid. My favorite mediums that I add to oil paint and the cold wax medium also to help it dry and do a glazing. And see, I've added more of the colors as blues and some golden colors in there. And I'm covering it now with a soft white glaze. Again, using the liquid. It helps it to dry faster, and it's a softer look to it. It's not as opaque. I'm pushing back the background colors. Now you can see with it, they've been pretty much pushed back. Still adding the white glazing. There's more distinct forms now are happening. And I'm scratching into it. And the paint is still wet, and I could scratch right into the surface, bring up the underpainting. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up to see what these last two processes did. Here's the transfer. And you can see what the addition that the stencils made. I'm making the background much more, for me, much more interesting. It's not finished yet. There is a certain time of drying that even I need. I'm just going to have to let it set up for a while. And we'll see what happens. I believe it's finished. It's another cold wax and oil painting. I've used a lot of different techniques in here. I brightened up some of these areas with the lighter washes. The India ink has dried very nicely over light, and I've done some kind of texturing with that. The bottom now holds together a bit more for me. I may have to maybe cut into this a little bit with some more white to balance it. There are organic and geometric shapes in it. And so let's hope it's finished. I'll put it aside for a couple of weeks and look at it again and see if it's finished or if I should do anything more.